Guys, welcome to the call. Guys, gals, girls, hopefully no one gets offended. If you do, then just go take a hike and eat a sandwich. I don't care. Welcome to the freaking call. First and foremost, I'm dressed with the jacket. I don't wear this as a regular look, nor do I take this as a serious look. You're not going to catch me out just wearing this, ripping this, unless I'm joking around. I just wanted to throw it on because we did the little teaser with the Wolf of Wall Street vibes. I'm feeling it. I just recorded some really dope I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, TikToks, and those are going to be dropping. You guys are going to love them. Wait till you see them. If you're not following on YouTube, you're crazy. If you're not following on TikTok, you're crazy as hell. And I definitely would recommend all the other platforms as well. Cowboy Kyle, first and foremost, dude, when are we going to see you change your Instagram name to Cowboy Kyle?
In due time. Once you let this office just crank down, dude, and I can actually get into full gear, dude. I'm sweating right now. Jeez.
But I have given Kyle full reign over the thermostat, and he's still complaining. Guys, welcome to the call once again. Cowboy Kyle, 6'9". What are you, 240? Freaking just ripped right now, bud.
Yeah, about 245, bud.
245. The kids not only cranking out weights. What are you throwing on bench these days?
Oh, dude, I don't even know.
Like, are you in the threes?
No.
Come on, bro. And the thing about it, for anyone that doesn't work out, if you're tall, if you're like above 6 foot, dude, it's another game, because to get the bench, like to actually press, to do a rep, you have to go like 7 times further than all the sub 6 people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I remember like some of the guys in my class, they were little short guys, and they'd just be like 3 inches, just tossing weight. Kyle has to like move it like a mile.
Dude, that's one of the guys I work out with. He's a short little dude. He's just slapping weight around. I'm like, dude, I got to travel like a whole mile before I even get there.
For sure. But you know, the flip side is too, it's easier to like stack weight in a negative way. So, you take the wins and the losses,
Oh yeah.
So anyway, guys, what I want to say first before we get into this call is going to be all about sales, okay? All things sales. And what I want to tell you right now, get out a piece of paper, get out a little notepad, get out a freaking diary, and any questions you have related to sales, we're going to have some time today to ask questions about prospecting, closing, overcoming objections, eliminating objections, all things sales, okay? The secret hard close tactics, wink, wink, that Kyle uses on the doors and on the phone. All things, nothing's off limits. We're going to be going, we may even do a little live role play. We might get crazy. We might get Western. I'm not really sure, but we got Cowboy Kyle in the house. So I want you guys to get those in the queue. But before we do that, I want to just make note. Guys, I saw a really, really interesting post today. I got to read this thing to you guys because my goodness, am I excited for a recession. I don't know about you guys, but I am over here just excited. Okay, listen to this. I don't know how accurate this is, but I thought it was interesting. Everyone's just out there saying the economy's strong, everything's fine, blah, blah, blah. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram or Facebook, it's on my story. And check this out. Here's the layoffs this month. Okay, percentage of workers. Twitter, 50%. Shout out to Elon. Cameo, no idea what that is. We're going to skip that one. Robinhood, 23% gone, axed. Intel, 20% right off the rip. Hey, remember all those people that said they were going to get a secure job and a nice little college degree? Sorry, bud. Hope the 401k wasn't your plan, because that's gone. Okay, hope you got a good severance package. Intel, I said 20%. Snapchat, 20%. Man, we must have some of these high school kids that are floating sowing their wild seeds. The seeds must not be so wild. They must not be floating pictures through the ether like they used to be. 20% gone. Coinbase, 18%. See ya. Open Door, no idea what that is. Stripe. Oh, I use Stripe. 14%. Maybe need to be looking for a new credit card processor. We'll see. Lyft, 13% layoffs. Shopify, 10%. Meta, Zucks, better not say that out loud, probably get deplatformed. Thousands. Apple, hiring freeze. Amazon hiring freeze. Who knows if this is real, but I thought it was interesting. Thought I would just share that. And if it's false news, then I'm sorry, but that is interesting to me. Kyle, what are your thoughts on that, bud?
It's pretty wild. Not a good
Pretty
time
exciting,
to go for it. Good. Have a 9 to 5, that's for sure.
Pretty exciting, dude. Here's the thing. It's like you know, they always say if anyone on here is a Christian and reads the Bible, they're always like, when it all comes to a halt. For some people, it's going to be like the scariest day ever. And for other people, it's going to be like the most exciting, like finally kind of a day. And I'm telling you guys right now, I don't feel like I took full advantage of the pandemic. I made the most money I've ever made in my entire life up to that point that year. I grinded. I was in the freaking lab. I was doing my thing. I wasn't playing this or that or the rest. And I still feel like I missed out on a ton of opportunities. Mark my words, I ain't missing out on this one. This recession, I'm getting freaking filthy rich. I missed 08 because I was still freaking chasing tail back in high school. I missed the pandemic opportunity. Your boy is not missing this recession. Kyle, I know you're doing the same, bro. We're stacking cash. We're getting ready to play real life Monopoly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So anyway, guys, I just want to make mention. I'm not here to scare anyone. Maybe it doesn't happen. Who knows? All I'm saying is that if it does, I'm going to be ready. And we have this vehicle, digital real estate, in my opinion, the best way to make cash. And we need to be getting our hands on cash. We need to be putting cash in the bank or under our mattress or in our safes, whatever, so that when these properties come on sale, excuse me, we can go and we can start making some moves. Last night, I was playing Monopoly, like the actual board game with my kids, which was dope, by the way. And it just reminded me of like, that's the game, man. You buy properties, you build properties, you create properties, you invest in properties, physical, digital, whatever. And you collect rent, whether it's, again, online or physical, you collect rent, and that's how you win the game. That's how you win the game of life, is you have properties that pay you while you sleep, while you eat, while you go hunting, while you go fishing, while you travel the world. Whatever your thing is, that's what you do, okay? Secondly, before we jump into this, last night, after I got done playing Monopoly, I got really excited about this whole thing. You know, and what's interesting, if you guys have seen our shirts and our swag, it says landlord. And if you've seen our logo, it's got the Mr. Monopoly guy. If you saw the mural that our boy Ike did for us, shout out to Ike for not dying. That's what we're calling that mural, 5 Adderalls and 7 monsters. Okay. What a week. Okay. Not on my end. Just saying. If you saw that mural, it's dope. But as I got done playing Monopoly, I got really jacked. I'm like, dude, this is the game. It just reminded me that this is the game, buying properties, acquiring properties. And I'm using digital real estate to stack cash. And at the same time, I'm using these properties. These are also like properties on the Monopoly board. So I got done playing that game, got the kids to sleep. And I was like, dude, daddy deserves a bath. You know what I'm saying? Daddy deserves a little suds. Kyle, do you take baths?
Nah, dude, I'm too big for a bathtub. Come
on, dude, come on, dude. I've seen you in Coach Fly to Africa. Tell these guys the truth, bro. How many baths you take in a year?
It's been a minute since I've taken a bath.
When's the last time you jumped in and threw the bubbles in?
Dude,
if you had to guess, like the people want to know. Everyone wants to know.
Dude, it's probably been like 2 or 3 years since I've taken a bath.
Come on.
Okay. Serious.
Okay, I took one last night. Okay, got the little freaking whatever Epsom salt, just get everything. You know, I'm a big salts guy and a smell guy. I love all that kind of stuff. Got in the bath. I originally was going to get in the hot tub, but it was raining. So I vetoed that. And I went and I dusted off one of these classics. I just want to bring this out because the game of Monopoly got me really excited again about this book. If you guys have not read this book, by the way, I do not know Robert. I love Robert. Robert's my guy. This is the first book. Back when I was 17 years old, my dad gifted me this very copy. And if you look at it, it's yellow. I've read it, I don't know, 10 times. This is the very copy that old Pops gave me back in the day, back in 2007, 2006. Gave me this book, completely blew my mind. And I gotta tell you guys, you have to read this book because you're gonna read this book. And the whole premise behind the book is, how do you escape the rat race? How do you become financially free? And the formula is very, very simple. You create passive income in excess of your bills. That's it. And what that means is now you don't have to work. If you don't want to go to work, you don't have to, because you're making your money from your investments. You're making your money passively. So I read this book and I was like, dude, I have to be a real estate investor. I got to buy houses. I got to buy apartments. And then the very next question goes, well, how am I going to get the money? Where am I going to get the money from? But here's what's so exciting about reading this book after being in this group, after discovering this business model. We can do this game, but we can do this game in the new age, yo. We don't have to have $100,000 to put down to buy a house. We don't have to have $50,000 to put down to buy a house. We don't have to have $400,000 down to buy a commercial building. We can go and build digital properties from sun up to sundown, and these things cash flow infinitely. A couple of weeks ago, I did an interview. I cannot remember who it was with, but we were talking about the returns. The return on investment of digital properties is infinite because of the amount of money that it requires. It doesn't require any because we're using the business owner's money. So guys, quick shout out to our boy, Robert T. Kiyosaki. This book changed my life. I read it at least once a year, busted it out, cracked it out. I'm ready. I'm ready for a recession. I'm ready for properties to go on sale. And this is when I'm going to get rich over the next, who knows, if the recession doesn't happen or whatever, we figure out a way to make it not happen. Cool. I'm going to keep doing my thing. But if it does happen, I'm going to be getting filthy rich because I got the cash. I'm doing the deals. I'm making the moves, and I am ready to go on a shopping spree, baby. I'm going to need to hold the Gucci purchases for a minute. You know what I'm saying, Kyle? Okay, guys, let's get into it. I know you're like, dude, I thought you were already into it. I ain't even started yet. Kyle, let's get a sip of the old freaking Coke Zero, bud. Kyle, why don't you tell these guys what you were doing before you met me? This is back 2013, 2014. Tell these guys what you were doing with your life at clear up there in the sky at 6'9".
Oh, dude, I was making the big bucks painting houses.
Kyle was painting residential houses. How much money are you making an hour or per month doing that?
Yeah, it was like $15 an hour or something like that. 15, $16 an hour.
And he was killing it.
just killing
Sorry, I couldn't say that without laughing. He thought he was killing it. And I introduced him to this world called sales. Okay. And we're going to get into that here in a second. But here's what I got to do. I'm going to leave the jacket. I got another 15 minutes in this thing. I'll be busting through. You guys thought it was Taco Tuesday yesterday. It's Taco Wednesday today, baby. I'll be busting clear down. You know what I mean, Kyle?
Get the dry cleaning bill up there.
Oh, dude, I'm already ordered the dry cleaner. So guys, here's real quick to preface this call. And again, if you have questions, if you have anything you want to bring up about sales, specifically related to digital real estate, rank and rent, but anything in general, like I don't care what you sell. Maybe you're slinging HVAC changeouts. Cool. I'll roll some stuff on that. I've done door-to-door sales. I've sold alarm systems. I've sold freaking software. I've sold what were we slinging, dude? We were pre-selling software that never even came to fruition.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But here's what I want to just preface this call with. And by the way, this interview or this call, it's kind of like the Joe Rogan, Kanye West episode where Joe Rogan talks like 4 sentences and it's his podcast. I saw a comment on that. It said, so kind of Ye to invite Joe Rogan on his podcast. Oh, Ye's getting the freaking hammer right now, man.
Getting beat up right now.
He's getting beat up hard, but that guy is on another level. Okay. So what I want to say first, and I want to just provide some context, is, and I've said this before, okay? No matter what you want out of life, okay? No matter what it is. Like, for example, Kyle, let's say Kyle wants the latest and greatest camo, latest and greatest hunting gear, or guns, or bows, or freaking belt buckles, or what's the most expensive pair of boots out there, bro?
Yeah, there's like I just bought some hunting boots for like $500.
Okay, if you want $500 hunting boots or a $500 Gucci t-shirt, doesn't matter. Okay, I don't care if you want to have designer clothes, hunting gear. You just want to. Maybe you're somebody that was like I was a couple short years ago, $60,000 in debt. not 16, 60. Maybe you want to buy a new car. Maybe you got your eye on a G-Wagon. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe you want to get it. You want to toss in a pool for the kiddos. Maybe you just want to travel. Maybe you're like, hey, I'm sick of this thing. I want to go see the world because you only live once. Freaking YOLO. Maybe it's time. Maybe you just want to get your time back and you realize your freaking kids are growing up or you're getting old or things are moving too quickly. And it's like, if I don't make a move right now and get my time back, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be old and I'm going to have no money and I'm going to have no experiences. And I'm going to realize I was just another vanilla mother, you know what, that went and walked this earth and didn't do anything. Okay. Maybe it's taking care of your parents. Maybe you're somebody from a culture where it's part of the culture to take care of your parents. And I don't mean when they're dying. I'm talking about from the time you start making money. I know in some cultures, you pay for everybody. You pay for mom, you pay for dad, you pay for grandma, you pay for aunt, you pay for uncle. You go home to visit. Everyone wants a little handout. Everyone wants this. I understand. I go to Africa. I travel back. Everyone wants to know what you brought them. It's just part of the culture. Maybe you're trying to get rich and you want to get investment property so you can escape the rat race. I don't care what it is you want. You show me something you're looking to achieve, and I can show you that you can achieve it and you can get there with digital real estate, AKA DRE, D-R-E. Okay. And here's what I want. This is the segue into this. Not every single person, but majority of people that I talk to about this business model or that start to learn about it, they say the same thing. Kyle can attest to this. Everybody thinks, oh man, if I just knew how to generate a lead, if I knew how to build a website, if I knew how to get the lead and do the tech and do the SEO, man, I'd be crushing it. Kyle, have you heard that before on a call?
Oh, all the time.
All the freaking time. Everybody says that, right? Everybody's like, oh, it's not that hard to sell. You just have to know how, I just don't know how to build the websites. Those same people haven't changed their financial position since we talked to them, right? So here's the thing. I'm telling you from experience, this group, not all of you, but a lot of the people that are on this call right now. By the way, thank you guys for being on this freaking call. Love having a good crowd. Love seeing the energy. I can feel the energy. And by the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but your boys tone it down a little bit on the cursing just so we can have this as like a family thing. I envision this. You know what really changed it for me, Kyle?
What?
Is when Amr and Asley, they told me that they were watching my YouTube videos in bed. And when I heard that, I was like, you know what? We're breaking into front rooms now, dog. Like dude, I'm no longer do I just want to cater to the people that are watching this on their phones at work or at work or like whatever at the desktop. I want this to be on the screen in the front room with the kids playing games. I want you, Kyle, to have Alice watching this in her spare time.
No more Mickey Mouse Club.
But you know what I'm saying. By the way, one of her toys at my house. Just a heads up. So I toned it down. Your boy toned it down a little bit, a little self-control, but that could change. I don't know. It's how I'm feeling right now. Point is this, guys. The people, where I was going with this is that this group is made up of a lot of people who know how to build websites. They know how to generate leads. They know how to do SEO and write content and all of these different technical aspects. They know how to get the thing, the lead. But you know what they don't know how to do is make money. And I've said this again, and I'll say it. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to keep saying it. If you are not making money from this business, if you're not making money from your websites, what do you have, Kyle? Because it ain't a business.
Oh, an expensive hobby.
You have an expensive hobby, and Kyle can buy some expensive hunting gear if you want an expensive hobby. I like to golf. I like to shop. I like to travel. If you guys are not making money from your digital real estate assets, you do not have a business. You have a hobby. And it's time to start facing the freaking reality that the game is not the technical side. The game is not learning how to do the backlinks a little bit better or the content a little bit better. The game is learning how to sell this stuff. Okay. And I heard this quote, I think it was Cardone, and he said, best doesn't win, best known wins. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. Does that mean I want to go with freaking selling crappy products? No. But if you have a good product, it's not about making it 10% better. It's about letting people know that you have it and getting it into people's hands. Okay. So for all of you that are sitting there going, I just need to learn how to think a little bit better. If I could just learn how to do this, then you know what? I'd be rich. Nope. You need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to pick up the phone and start dialing, tying this all back in. So with that said, again, I'm telling you right now, I ain't the smartest guy in this group. I'm not the smartest person on this call. And I make, but I make a lot of money doing digital real estate. And you know what's funny? I'm shooting some more videos right now, literally today, for my digital landlords group. Okay. I'm always adding videos. I'm always trying to just give them more and focus on how can I give them a better experience? Because guys, if you're not doing that with your clients, you're crazy. If you want I got this advice a couple weeks ago, the best marketing that you can do is get your clients results. So I'm trying to do that. So anyway, I'm doing these videos and we're shooting these videos and I'm like, dude, I don't even know that much about backlinking. I don't know that much about backlinking. I don't know that much about a lot of things. I still use Weebly. I still use a web builder. I still do not know how to go to WordPress and do WordPress. Okay. But I guarantee I make the most amount of money as anyone on this call right now, period. And if I don't, then you should message me because I want to talk to you and see what you're up to. Okay. So with that said, and by the way, Kyle also, like Kyle, I know you think you're slipping off there. If I'm not smart, Kyle just learned how to read.
Say what?
No, dude. I literally was thinking about this, bro. If it weren't for the top of the can of Grizzly, would you even know how to read?
Probably not. Yeah, Spanish
Yeah, you learned from the top of your freaking spud that you used to do. Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Okay. So guys, what I'm gonna do, any questions or anything that you guys want to ask about sales, I'm gonna go into that, but I'm also gonna be asking Kyle a couple of questions because Kyle has been doing this. That's why I wanted to bring him on. First of all, he's a freak of nature, as I like to say, an absolute unit. Okay. Absolute unit. Took this guy with me to West Africa, and my, oh my, if you could have seen the heads that we were turning. He was like Dan Bilzerian in Africa. I was worried we weren't going to be able to get out of there without you taking like 3, 4, 5 people out to wife.
It was close.
It was close, dude. I lost him one time. He got lost. He's such a unit. His motorcycle couldn't even, they had to like pull over on the road and he didn't know how to speak the language. It was a scary encounter. And I was just worried about Mama Patton. You know what I'm saying?
That was a wild experience.
Yeah, that was dope. We need to go back. So here's what's cool about this whole thing, guys. The people that make the most money in this business are the people that know how to sell it. The people that make the offers. But here's the cool part. You don't need previous sales experience to start doing deals. And so Kyle, you are kind of that gateway between this group and our private paid digital landlords program. So you see almost everyone come through because you kind of interview them, go through everything, and make sure they're a good fit. And how many people out of all the people that you've brought in the program since you started working with me, a couple months ago, how many of them do you think had prior sales experience?
Oh, probably less than 10%.
Easily less, dude.
Yeah.
Of all the calls I did, the only one I can remember of all the people that I brought into the program, Jerry Ward is the only person I remember saying, like, he's like, yeah, I worked at a call center and he used to call customers that were already customers. So like, I would argue that's not even sales. That's like customer service. But like, dude, I can't think of the point is, dude, almost none of these people that are in the program have previous sales experience.
Right. Very few for sure.
100%. So like, this is what I want to ask you when you first started doing these calls, because by the way, for anyone that doesn't know, like me and Kyle, we used to sell door to door together, and people that didn't know how to sell door to door, dude, they got eaten for lunch. You know what I'm saying, Kyle?
Oh, it was a bloodbath.
It was like we would turn them out of the doors. It's like, oh, Like, I hope that guy doesn't get freaking smushed. Like going back to the apartments at night, hoping he didn't pack up his bags and take a Greyhound home. Dude, you can think of like 4 people. We're not going to mention names, but you know what I'm saying. Is it amazing to you, or am I crazy? Is it amazing to you that people with no sales experience, people like, shout out to Amr. Shout out to Amr and Az. If you guys haven't seen their interview, it's amazing. These guys are both immigrants. They both speak English as a second language. Neither of them have sales experience. And those guys are crushing. Absolutely correct. And I'll even say one step further. I know that some people, like, for example, Borhan, when we started talking, he's like, dude, sorry, it wasn't Borhan, it was Fedi. We got a guy named Fedi in our group. He lives in Canada, and he messaged me. He said, dude, he's like, I cannot believe how many people that have Middle Eastern names are cranking into your program. And in his head, he thought because he had a name that wasn't John or Kyle or Nick or Jeff, that he was at a disadvantage. The cool part about this process, guys, is that you don't need sales experience. You don't. So Kyle, what I want to ask you really quick, because this is what's cool about Kyle, is when Kyle's not doing, and by the way, it's hard to say Kyle without saying Kyle. By the way, if you guys are looking to send gifts out for Christmas, Kyle's favorite thing is a cinnamon toothpick. Like cinnamon toothpick, dude, or like a whiskey soaked toothpick. Woo! Is that a thing?
I have no. The cinnamon is for sure.
Yeah, I knew that, but I'm saying that like little.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm not a toothpick connoisseur.
Yeah, you are, bro. Yeah, you are. He is. He's lying to you guys. So Kyle, like, tell these guys about your experience. So what Kyle's doing is, and I told him this when he started working with me, I said, bro, I need your help. And we had worked together in the past. I said, I need you to come on. I need you to help when people want to join the program. I need you to interview them. I need you to find out if they're a good fit. Your people trust you. You just have that kind of personality. And I'm like, dude, just come do this. I said, but in your downtime, when there's gaps, I want you to be doing your own deals. You have to be doing your own deals, because if you don't do your own deals, you don't go through the training, you don't do all this stuff, then guess what? No one's going to believe the words that you say, and you're just going to be a hypocrite. So, dude, let's talk about your experience freaking going through the process, dude. Like literally going through the training. How has that been for you? Like what's been your experience with just going through it literally as a student and learning this process? And you have sales experience, but like, just tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, dude, it's been way good. Once again, it helps me, go through the application calls a lot better because I'm actually in it and I can, prove what I'm saying. This is for me, this is the best sales, because it's like, I know that people who actually do the work and follow the course are going to close deals. It's just a matter of doing the work, which is like super good for me. I hate due diligence. I love sales and I hate the research side of things. So that's been my biggest hang up, is actually doing that. But I'm similar to you in the sense of, it's like, I don't overanalyze things. I just go for it. Like I see something that's like, it's maybe on the fence, just go for it. And it's paid off. That's probably been the biggest thing that I've noticed going through it, is like, if you just move forward and do the work, you'll close deals.
Tell these guys you kind of have a really cool thing going that you're structuring. Tell them like what you're looking to do. I mean, obviously, like, you're making great money, you're doing well, but tell them about how what you're doing with digital real estate and your plan with how you're bringing your brothers in. I think that's really cool, because a lot of people, again, it just shows another way that you can use this to, fit your situation. So tell everyone what you're doing.
Yeah. So like I said, I really love the sell side of things. So I have 4 older brothers, but I brought in 2 of them, and one of them is going to do the back end, like the due diligence, build out the website. The other is going to handle like the leads. And then I'm planning on doing all the closing. So it's worked out, and it's worked out really good, because all of us have kids. We all have busy lives. So it kind of takes the weight off of one person. Hey, I have to do it. Granted, the margins are going to be a little thinner and we have to split it up, but I feel like once we get rolling, we can scale it a lot quicker than I would have been on my own. So
I love it, bro. And here's what's dope. Kyle actually has a closing call, a Zoom. He's got a Zoom call tonight. Let's talk a little bit about that, bro. Let's talk about how you got to this point. So this is in the insulation niche, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So here's one thing I love about Kyle is Kyle doesn't try to like be too smart. Like if you give Kyle a system and you say, hey, bro, go watch this training and do it exactly like I told you, or here's the script, just go and knock on the door and say this, he will do it and he'll do it and he'll do it until he gets it right. And he'll make tons of money and tons of sales. And so it's been really cool because he's like, oh, cool, I'm going through the training. He says insulation's a good niche. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to do insulation. So yeah, let's talk about that, dude. Like, okay, so when you decided, so first of all, let's talk about this. When you decided to do insulation and you went and prospected, I'm guessing you're the one that got the hook, right? Your brothers are kind of doing some of the back end. Did you do the prospecting call?
Yeah, for sure. I've taken all the leads, and then I did the initial call with the business owner as well. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me how that was, dude. Was like when you made that call, like you've knocked doors and you've done that, which sucks. We've all been there, or me and you have. That's terrible. You don't know who's coming on the other side of the freaking door. But like, what was that like compared to that? Because that was like, and before you started working with me, dude, you were doing cold call for software.
Yeah.
So what was your let's call it cold calling. How was it cold calling with like to get a business owner on the hook for this installation deal?
Oh, it's funny because it's still nerve-wracking. You know what I mean? Like I could jump on the application call just fine, but it's like when it's your own thing, there's like an extra level of pressure where you're like, dude, I can't mess up because I'm leaving money on the table. So I was still a little nervous, but the best part about it is like through the steps, this guy is already paying for leads and everything. So I knew it wasn't going to be as cold of a call. Like he needs leads. Like like you said, when I was cold calling for the software, I'm cold calling like these companies that do like 10 million, 100 million, up to like $1 billion. And I'm calling the CFO and pitching them on a software that they've never heard of. And they are just absolutely wrecking you. Same with door to door. But this is nice because it's like, dude, they're usually just good old boys who just want to chat. And if you have a good, valuable thing, they're usually open, to hear what you have to say.
How many people did you have to call on your list? Like what number was he on your list or she? I don't know. I think you said it was a he.
Yeah, it's a guy. Number one.
He was the very first guy?
Very first guy.
Very first call, or did he not answer?
Very first call. I called once, he didn't answer, called again, and he answered. He's like, oh, I saw the Utah number, thought it was spam. I was like, that's why I double called.
I love it, bro. So, dude, see, that's what I'm talking about. Guys, people overthink this. I told you, like in the training, I'm like, call twice, leave a text, leave a voicemail. Kyle he called once. The guy thought it was spam, just like we always know, calls again and freaking hooks the guy. So let's talk about that call. Did he ever at any point during the call, was he like, hey, yeah, I'm good? Or was he just like had a pretty good listening ear? Or like, how was it harder, easier? Like, how was that initial call? I think that call, ironically, is the part that freaks everybody out, right? Making that cold call, picking up the phone and dialing. I don't know, like, it's so crazy to me, guys. I see all this other stuff that's out there and people want to do these crazy email campaigns and these SMS campaigns and these messenger bots and these automated Instagram messages. And it's like, guess what? You can just pick up this little guy right here and you can just, hold up. You can dial the number and you can push the green button and you can talk to a human. It's bananas, right? And how long did it take you, bro? First freaking call and you did it, right?
Yep.
How was it? Was the guy pretty open? Was he like, yeah, I'm good? And had to kind of how was it?
No, he was way open. He's already paying. He's been paying for Home Advisor, and then he's also paying another lead gen company. And so I was like, so do you
that's
have
a layup, dude? In fact, I'll buy that deal off you.
Yeah. So I was just all like,
and how much it cost? Who wants to buy that deal off of Kyle?
Let's go. We're taking bids.
Yeah, we're taking bids. I'll buy it off you right now, dude. You sign the contract, you send it over, but I'm looking for assets. I don't know if you heard, looking for assets. Hey, here's the other cool part. And I just put a video out on YouTube about this. We got holidays coming up. We got recessions looming. We got freaking elections. We got the winter. It's like, and it's November, whatever. I don't even know what the date is, 9th. And you're casually just going to close a $1,500 to $2,000 deal. Dude, you're closing this deal tonight. By the way, I want every single person on this thread to message Kyle tonight and make sure he got that deal. Okay.
Oh,
no pressure. No pressure. Okay. So anyway, dude, I love it, bro. Like, you will close that deal. And what did you decide to pitch him at?
1,500.
1,500. What are your ads at right now? Like, what was your cost per click? Your ads at $20 a day?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is stupid. This is literally like, it actually pisses me off that I didn't know about this 10 years ago. Okay. Kyle is going to be charging $1,500 a month, right? He's got his ads, which is $20 a day, so $600 a month. Your boy Kyle is looking at $900 off the rip of net, like literally net. You know why that pisses me off, Kyle?
Why?
Because I'm closing on a property in Arkansas on the 18th. Bearing that the inspection comes back good, and it's not some weird thing with the crawl space and the foundation, but if everything's good, and this is a killer deal. Like, I'm pumped about this deal. I'm gonna net $700, and I'm gonna have to put. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to put. I mean, I'm guaranteed you have to put over $50K into this deal.
Yep. And
how much have you spent on ads to get to this point?
It's crazy. I have a couple different sites going, so I haven't.
No, but I'm saying on this specific one.
Yeah, it's probably like $150.
$150. This guy's done. He's already closed like 2 of your leads.
Yep.
You're going to be making $900 off the rip.
Yep.
With literally $150 invested. Dude, I spent $600 on an inspection. And I might not even get this deal, right? Now, I'm not saying that this is I do think there's advantages and disadvantages to both. I think that physical real estate has some advantages. Yes, you can depreciate. Yes, it's something that's tangible, of course, right? But dude, $900 on $900 a month net dude, here's what's crazy. Even if you split that 3 ways with your brothers, that means that you guys are also going to split the 150. So you're only $50 into this, making $300 return on your portion. Dude, that's more than you can ask out of a freaking real estate deal right now.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Crazy.
We have that one buddy that like he'll put like $30,000-$40,000 into a house and hope to get $250 back. It's like,
well, dude, let's talk about this, bro. Talk about your storage units. Kyle owns some storage units. He's owned a couple different sets of units. He bought a smaller deal to start, and now he owns another deal. Just like out of curiosity, how much did you have to put into that deal? Now, I'm saying, I know you have some partners and stuff, but like total between all of you, how much money had to go into that deal to get that thing locked down?
Yeah, so it was like 800,000. We put in 120,000 between the 3 of us. And
so they put in 120,000. And how much money are you ripping down a month on that net?
We each take like $1,500 distribution each month.
That's pretty, that is a phenomenal deal, which you bought that thing 2 years ago. You're not getting that deal right now, but like, that's a phenomenal deal. And you still had to put 120 into that.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. This one deal I'll make dang near just as much.
Yeah, that's dope.
With $200. Like,
yeah,
dude, it's silly.
It's cool, man. It's exciting. It's fun. So guys, the point of this whole thing is like, when I went to Kyle, somebody referred me to Kyle, and they're like, dude, this guy's never done sales. He's painting, but he's a personable guy. I think you should talk to him. He's a hard worker. He had no sales experience, and I literally threw him into the fire, and he had to learn the hard way to sell door to door. And dude, you could tell these guys, you struggled your first year.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Like his first year, dude, you did. I mean, you did better than most like other people. That's just because you freaking grinded it out. But like you struggled.
Right. But I still made way more than I would have made painting.
Exactly. That's the point. Is like, it was harder. It was more stress. You had to give up a couple Friday nights back at home. but because you went and you learned how to sell, dude, since you started doing that job, you've only made money doing sales. Like there has not been one other way you've made money besides obviously your investments, but since then, that's it, right? Just all sales jobs.
100%. Yep.
Dude, did you ever feel like you would, like back when you were growing up, I know the answer to this, but did you ever feel like you were actually gonna, like, did you ever see yourself getting into sales?
Oh no. Not one bit. I grew up working on the farm and then working at like cow ranch and then building vinyl fences and then painting houses. It was all, I just imagine I'd just do some manual labor job the rest of my life and just be cool with that.
Yeah. And dude, it's crazy because now you're talking to those people. And I know that helps you because it's like, they understand that like, oh, this guy, like he's not Slick Rick, freaking bleached hair, just came out of a Backstreet Boys video. You know, he's actually like a normal person. So, you know what I mean? Like that helps you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, okay. So here's what I want to do, guys. Yeah, I think it's game time. I think it's game time. I think it's freaking time. Kyle, what do you think? What do you think about we ripping a little bit of a role play here, bud?
Oh, dude, role play is worse than cold calling, but yeah.
Role play is worse. Here's the thing I love about role playing. Okay. Before we get too excited, Kyle, you gather yourself real quick, bud. I always used to say this to our guys when we were selling door to door is when you role play, there's no money on the line, right? You might look stupid. You might feel dumb. You might get a little sweaty. You might get a little heat flash. You might, whatever, right? But you know what you're not doing? You're not losing freaking money. You know what I mean? Yeah. So this is what I would recommend. And I guess I would ask you guys to really think about this rhetorically. Do you practice what you go out and do? Meaning, think about how ridiculous it would be to be like, hey, Kobe, you know, instead of like practicing, excuse me, you should just show up for that game against the Boston Celtics. Like, I don't think you should practice. I think you should just show up for the game. That's ridiculous, right? Like we would never do that. But for some reason, we don't practice. We don't like, you know, role play. We don't do any of that stuff. And then we jump on the phone and we scratch our head and go, wonder why that didn't turn out. So here's what I want to ask in the comments. It's November 9th. Who on this thread right now, of the 60 people that are listening right now, who here has done a role play in this month? Inside of the month of November, who has done at least one role play with somebody? Okay, I'm going to wait. If you have done a role play with somebody, I want to know in the comments, raise your hand, give me your favorite emoji, whatever it is, let me know. I want to prove a point here. Like I'm going to wait. Or maybe the better question is, has anybody done a role play? You hear that, Kyle?
Crickets.
That's crickets, dog. That's crickets. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for somebody to come in and save the group. Oh, of course. Weird. Asley has. Weird. That's hilarious. Oh, Drew has. Weird. He's also doing deals. We did a couple. So Amr and Asley are doing them. Drew's doing them. Sarah's doing them. Let's freaking go. We got a couple. Isaac's is absolutely. Is that a yes, bro? We got a couple people. Okay. My hope for humanity is still here. Freaking love it. Did one with my lady, but I don't think that counts. No, Mark, dude, I remember when I started selling door to door, I used to pitch my wife and her objections were, she was so sweet, right? She's like, oh yeah, come on in, you know? But I think that's great. Rachel has, Bruce has. Okay. I'm feeling a little better. So, dude, why can't I pronounce you down? I've even done the call with you, bro. I think I called you Sofanara. I think that's how you say it. Dude, come on, dude. SO. I'm going to call you SO. I remember we went over this when we talked, dude. But you know what's funny, Kyle, is a lot of the people that did that, like, Soph is in our program. Bruce is. Mark is. Freaking Amr is. Drew is. Asley. It's like, it's almost like somebody's been telling them to do it. You know what I'm saying? Kyle, let's do a role play.
Let's do it, bro.
Which side do you want to be on?
Dude, I'll let you do the sales.
Oh, you want to be Little Spoon, huh?
I'll go ahead.
6'9", Little Spoon. Okay, I'll be the big old daddy hammer. That's all right.
Dude, I just know how much you love selling, bud.
Dude, you know I like to hear myself talk. By the way, before we get into that, and we got 9 minutes because Kyle's got to go. He's got some stuff to do. I'm going to be on here for a minute, but I know you got some freaking bucks to go shoot. Kyle's going to he's going to kill some meat to stock the freezer because he's real worried about this recession. And by the way, dude, I am. Are you going for elk or deer here? What season we in?
We're in deer season.
You got any elk meat, bud? Because I know that Joe Rogan likes some elk meat.
Dude, I got a freezer full of elk meat, bud. Anytime you need.
You guys looking for an elk steak? You coming through St. George, Utah? You want a round of golf and an elk steak and a bourbon toothpick? Called Cowboy Kyle. Okay. Guys, this guy's an absolute unit. You don't get to be 6'9", 245 pounds, buff as hell, not eating elk meat. Let's freaking do this. All right. Just got in this live. Will this live call be posted afterwards? I missed a lot for sure. Matthew, you missed a lot. All right. Let's do this, bro. What's my name? What's my freaking niche? I'm going to do, let's just do a installation since that's what you're doing. Okay. Cool. My name's Nick because that's going to be easy to remember. Okay. I'm going to do St. George because we're sitting in St. George. And you're going to be Doyle. Doyle. Okay. If you guys haven't heard that name, it's Doyle. Do not jump off this call. We're about to roll a role play right here, y'all. I haven't done a role play for a second.
Oh, it's been a minute.
But you're on the Little Spoon end, dude.
Dude, role play.
Here's the real question. Like, is that how you and your wife roll too? Do you turn over and she's the big spoon, or is it just on this call?
Just on this call, bud.
Okay. So we got me, we got Daddy, we got the King, your boy that's gonna be doing the call. We got Cowboy Kyle with that cowboy hat on. Let me get a sip of this. Let's roll. All right, you ready for this, Kyle?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. I don't have my script out, but typically what I like to do, guys, just so you guys know, my best practice, just go for it, okay? Don't think about it. Don't whatever. Get your script on your table and just go for it. Your first one, you're going to, ideally, you do a practice run right before, because if you do that, you get the cobwebs out. We haven't done that, so we might have a little cobbies, but we can roll a couple if we need to, okay? You ready for this, Kyle?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Hey, okay, we'll just whatever. You pick up like your answer the phone.
No, this is Doyle.
Oh, redo, bro. You accent is like the Doyle. You gotta say Doyle at least. I can be able to make it through this, dude.
Oh, I promise. Say George. I'll be.
Yeah, say you can say Doyle. I can't. In fact, I gotta move the window. If I look at your face while we're saying that, I'm gonna laugh. Okay. Okay. Maybe we shouldn't use Doyle, but I just feel like it's such a good name. If anybody has a sibling that's named Doyle or a relative, seriously, let me know because I need to meet this person. Okay, let's do this thing. Okay.
Hello.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ring, ring, ring. Let's go.
Hello, this is Doyle.
Hey, you said this is Doyle, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Doyle, this is Nick. Got a quick question for you, man. Do you guys cover the 84790 zip code for, like, you guys do? I'm calling the right person. You guys do the installation stuff, right?
Yeah. We
okay. Do. You do the closed cell and the open cell, or just double checking?
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, and then I said 84790. That's an area that you cover.
Yeah, for sure.
How far out are you, like, to give an estimate on getting a house phoned out? If you know what I mean?
Oh, dude, we can get to estimates in the next couple of days. Jobs were backed out a few weeks, but estimates, yeah, we can get to pretty quick.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, everybody's busy, whatever. So anyway, so the reason I'm calling, by the way, I have I'm not a contractor. It's not for me. I have a website and a phone number. I get jobs like this literally sometimes daily, but at least weekly. And I got this lady, her name is Anna. She's looking, I think it's like a 3,000 square foot house. She's right there on Silver Beach Circle. I don't know if you know that's in Little Valley. You guys cover Little Valley?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hand you this. Are you cool taking this job?
Yeah, I mean, what's it going to cost me? Like,
No, it's gonna. So here's the deal. I'll be transparent with you. I am looking to earn your business. I'm calling you specifically, Doyle, because I saw you're running Google Ads. So I figured you're either hungry to grow or you're allergic to money, and you don't strike me as someone that's allergic to money. So I wanted to just give you this one and maybe a couple more, and then talk about doing like something on an ongoing basis where I can just send you the job. I don't actually do installation myself. I just have the website and the phone number. I have no idea how to do it. So I figured, hey, since you're already paying for it, maybe we could work something out. So are you cool if I give you this one, maybe 2-3 more, and then we just have a conversation? I mean, if it doesn't work out, no big deal, no pressure either way, but I figured it was worth a call.
yeah, I mean, we're always looking to grow. That's why I'm paying for it. But we're also paying for like home advisor. So I'm pretty good on leads right now. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
what's this going to cost me? Like, give me a ballpark.
No, and totally. And this isn't like to replace Home Advisor. This is an and thing. This is going to be completely separate. We're looking to work exclusively with one person and one person only. So this isn't like you need to get rid of Home Advisor if you don't want to. But dude, I'm not so worried about that. Honestly, until you've actually tried this and seen what these are like, I don't expect you to even like waste any time talking to me. So I want to just send you a couple if you're cool with it. Let's get this Anna lady taken care of. And then maybe we talk in, I don't know, a couple of days once I get you a few leads. Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that. I've been looking to get rid of home advisor anyways. It's freaking shit.
No, man, it's cool. I totally get it. So here's what I'm going to do. And then what I'll do is I'll grab the phone number, whatever, right? Guys, now I'm actually just talking to the live. I'll grab the phone number. This is an important question right here. Okay. Make sure that you guys, and I get a lot of people like, oh, the business owner said that, like, whatever, they want to take leads and then they ghosted me. This is an important thing you need to do. You need to do a pullback right here. So here, let's go back into it. Okay. So Doyle. So
Yep.
You there, Doyle? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Yep.
So I'll send them to that number. And typically what we do is I actually, just because I know you're busy, I'm going to actually answer. I'm going to get Anna on the phone and I'm going to do a live transfer. It's either going to be me or one of my guys. So if you see, whatever the number is, 7792, come over, that's me. So save it in your phone and put Evergreen or Nick or whatever. And that will be somebody live on the phone. Okay. Sound good?
Yeah, that works.
Let me just ask you this, Doyle. Like, I just shoot me straight here before we end this call. Like, are you serious about like growing? Like, the reason I say that is, as funny as it sounds, I do this all day, every day. I work with a lot of people, and sometimes people just don't want to tell me no. If it's something you seriously want to have a conversation about, I'm happy to send you a couple of these jobs. I'm interested in working with you, but if you're not, I'd rather you just tell me right now so that I don't waste my time or yours.
Oh, no. I'm always looking for, good leads. If I can get a good lead, yeah, it's worth it for me.
Dope. Okay, cool. Sounds good, man. So guys, now the reason I'm bringing that up, I don't do it every time, but if I feel like the deal is shaky, like for example, if old freaking Doyle over there is like, yep, those people, they're like, yep. They're like freaking Grant Cardone on a podcast. He's like, yep. It's like, you gotta check them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta freaking punch them in the jaw. Like, in fact, Doyle, give me some attitude, bro. So yeah, I'll get you a couple leads, Doyle, and then we talk. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. But like, I mean, man, I'm busy. Like, just give me the price and that'll save us a lot of time.
Yeah, no, I get it. And like I said, here's the deal. I've got people that are paying me. This is going into a whole nother thing. We're dropping some bombs here. I've got people that are paying me. Like, I got one company that's working with me. It's paying me $500. I got another company that's paying me 20,000. So trust me, it'll be somewhere in there. Ha. But no, it really depends on a couple of factors, how many leads we send you, like how much you're looking to grow, etc. So let me get you a couple first, but let me ask you, like, dude, I don't want to waste your time. I want to shoot you straight. I'm calling you because you're paying for Google Ads. And so I would like to work something out potentially, but if you aren't going to answer my calls or answer I have a lady right now, Anna, that wants to take this job. If you're not going to answer the call, then just let me know right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, you call, I'll answer the call.
Yeah. And what they'll do is, this is what's cool, is they'll either do what Kyle's doing right now, is they'll start crawling back and they'll go, no, sorry, I'm just distracted. Or they'll go, yeah, man, we're actually busy, and they'll dip. And guess what? You're like, oh, I just lost the deal. No, you were going to lose the deal anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just gave them an out. So trust me that if you start getting that like, yep, and it just feels like too good to be true, it probably is, check them. Just picture like you're playing basketball and somebody thinks their crossover is really smooth and you just do the freaking shoulder pump to the chest. You know what I'm saying? That forearm shiver.
Just put them in their place.
Just right at maybe just right in the sternum or the neck. Just put them on their back. Oh, yeah, like Kobe did to freaking Pau Gasol in the Olympics. First play. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, guys, it's not that scary, right? And what's funny is like that. If I were to record 10 of those, I would probably sound a little bit different every time because I've done it so many times. I know the things that I need to hit on. And I just do as it comes. And like, sometimes I forget a thing and I'm like, oh, I got to weave it in, and you're not going to do it perfect. But the point is, we need to be doing this. We need to be practicing. And it's it's little wonder that the people that are making money, the people that are crushing it, shout out to Amr, shout out to Asley, shout out to Drew. Okay. The people that are making money are the very ones that are practicing. Can you imagine if Kobe never practiced? Right. And I know we're using Kobe, but like, it's just a good example because he was an assassin. He was a workhorse. Guys, it's when you're doing role plays, it's free. I didn't lose any money there. Right. And I didn't do it perfect. If we ran another one, dude, I'd probably put you on your back, Dole. You'd be probably pulling out the credit card on the phone. But there's a lot of good nuggets. If you guys go and I don't know. I don't think we're going to keep this up though. I was going to say if you guys go rewatch that, but I think we'll leave it up for like an hour. So you guys go freaking rewatch the crap out of that. The fact of the matter is, be direct, be smooth. Just be straight with them. Like, just let them know what you're there to do. And if they start asking you like a bunch of questions, say, hey, cool. Like, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me provide value to you first before we get into the nuts and bolts.
Yeah. And I think you say in one of your videos and you're like, dude, you know what's uncomfortable? Being broke. So you almost have to have that mindset when you're making these calls. Like, okay, it's going to be uncomfortable, but this is the one thing that's actually going to be making me money. Building the website, generating leads, that doesn't make you money. It's actually, and then once you call the first one, it's like you rip the Band-Aid off and you're like, oh, that actually wasn't that bad. And then you just keep calling. You don't jump on Instagram and start scrolling. You just keep calling until you get somebody on the phone or on the hook. And
just like that role play, like that wasn't super comfortable. I actually didn't even have a plan to do that role play, but I'm like, let's freaking roll this thing. It's not that comfortable for me, but now that we did it, dude, freaking let's roll some plays, dog. I'll do that all night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll get you know what they do when you're like making a lasagna and you weep the cheese or whatever, you get it to weep. Dude, I'll have you weeping, bud.
Dude, I can't say I've ever made a lasagna and I weep the cheese.
I haven't either, but I heard my sister-in-law talking about it this Sunday. Okay, real quick, 2 or 3 questions and then you're out, bro. Matthew says, browsing the internet last night, looking at ways to increase my finances and stumbled across Rank and Rent on YouTube. Freaking, this is awesome. Now on this live with Nick, I'm inspired by these role plays to start ASAP. Crazy how life works. I love it, dude. I'm glad that you found us. Glad that you searched Rank and Rent and you found the king. Here you are. Funny how that works. I remember the first time I heard a podcast, somebody referred me to it. I listened to it. Same thing, dude. I heard it and I was like, that's it. That's the thing I need to do. And I went on the same journey, dude. I was like, I couldn't get out of my head. And I couldn't shake it till I got a program and started doing it. Okay. Isaac says, that's right, pre-qualified. Exactly. So Shane has a good question, Kyle. I'm going to ask you, do you think there is such thing as over checking somebody where they dip because of you or something you said or did? You think 9 out of 10 times it's better to be direct and they dip because they ain't interested or hungry? So essentially, like, is it worth tiptoeing sometimes, or do you just freaking check them and like if you lose them, you lose them?
Yeah, I think you just check them, and if you lose them, you lose them, because that seems like somebody that you're gonna have to resell each month. It's like you'd rather just be a little bit more direct and have everything out on, let's air out the laundry, and then we don't have any room to be like, well, kind of weasel out that way. Is my opinion.
Yeah. Here's what I'd say. Shane, you need to go watch one of these. I can't remember if this was before you joined Digital Landlords, but there's a live I did. And what we need to remember when we're calling is, this is kind of a funny example, but imagine that you are like, there's this potential relationship, right? Whether you're the girl, whether you're the guy, whatever, you're the 9 or the 10. I can relate to that. You know what I'm saying, Kyle? Just kidding. You're the 9 or 10, and this other person is like a 4, right? You have the freaking leverage. You make the calls. And so what we forget is, in that situation, you get to make the decision. You get to decide you are going to act a certain way because you know you're bringing more heat to the table. Okay. And that's kind of a weird example, but you are. And so, like, in that situation, you can probably tell them to go screw themselves 5 times and they're still going to come back. With these business owners, guess what we have to remember? We're the one with the leads, not them. There's more of them. There's 5, 6, 10, 15 options in that town or that city. And guess what? If they screw this up with you, they don't just get to go to the next guy, because there ain't the next guy. Their next option is to go to Home Advisor or Angie's List, and they all know what that's like. So I think what you got to remember, bro, is yes, we're not just going to go freaking out the gate and say something stupid and just piss everybody off, but don't be afraid to be too bold. Don't be afraid to just check somebody or say, hey, look, man, I can't, like, if people aren't answering my calls when I'm calling them and they're taking 12 hours, like if I'm sending you leads and you're taking 3 hours to call me back, I'm out. I'm going to call you. I'm going to leave you a message. Hey, bro, I got a hot lead. You can't answer my call. I'm moving on. I have no problem, because guess what? There's 5 more people behind them and 5 more people behind that. And even if it's not people paying for ads, it's somebody that's on Facebook or somebody that's on Craigslist, or I don't care who it is. I call the shots because I have leverage. He or she who cares the least has all the control. And this is about control. Okay. Going a little deep right there. Okay. It's a good thing your boy ain't out there in the wild. You know what I'm saying, Kyle? Bruce says, with spray foam, what's the average ticket price you put in the lead gen calculator to charge $1,500? I think you could safely put $5,000. There's going to be some smaller ones, but I think there's some really big jobs that come through with spray foam. So $5,000 probably safe. But spray foam doesn't have a lot of margin. It's only going to be about a 20% margin. So keep that in mind. Uzair says, should you ask a few more qualifying questions on the call, like their main source of leads? So Uzair, here's my rule of thumb. If they're giving you the airtime and they're chill, yes. If they're not, you can tell they're all business, get off the call and don't push it. But if they're just like happy to talk and they're out getting a freaking Coke or a beer or a coffee and they're just happy they don't have to go out in the cold, they can talk to you, dude, freaking chew up their time. Don't waste it, but use that time to ask some more qualifying questions. Yes, but you have to just kind of just have to feel it out. It's kind of a soft skill instead of a hard skill. Greg says we need a conference for DL members, digital landlord members. Oh, it's coming, bro. It's coming. Drew says, weep the cheese. Yes, weep the cheese. He knows. He knows. Put it on a t-shirt, baby. That's what we're doing. Okay, last 2, and then Kyle, you can dip. I might stay on for a second. I'm gonna let Kyle dip after these last 2 questions, and I'm gonna stay on if anyone has any. I can't believe I kept the suit coat on the whole time. Unbelievable. Chris says, when prospecting, is there better luck with business owners from Home Advisor / Angie's List, or business owners who are running Google Ads? Was your guy Google Ads or Home Advisor? Kyle, I can't remember. You just said that.
Google Ads. But he was doing both. He was double dipping. So
double dipping, dude. That's what we call a twofer. That's what we call a double dipping twofer. I actually like the Google Ad ones better. And everyone goes, well, this is the next question someone's going to ask. Well, if they're paying for Google Ads, why would they pay for yours? Guys, don't assume because someone's paying for Google Ads, they're actually getting leads. Okay. Don't assume. Rewind that and play it back 17 times. I'm not going to repeat that. That's a tweetable little nugget I just dropped right there. So go sift that one out. Okay. Shane says Kyle with the sympathy laugh. Shane, if you knew how many sympathy laughs Kyle has to give me on a daily basis, which he doesn't, because dude, your boy's got the confidence, but like I appreciate it, Kyle. I love how Shane pointed that out, dude. That's just Kyle being Kyle. It's nice. Okay, last question for Kyle, and then Kyle, I'm gonna keep going. You get off and you go kill a buck so we can all eat this winter. Okay. Cool. Shane says, Kyle, what are your strategies for soft touches in between leads? What have you been doing to talk to the business owner between leads?
Yeah, I'll usually just text them or call them and just say like, hey, were you able to, go over and get him a quote, see how it just went. Like that's been cool because the guy texted me, I'd sent him 3 leads up to this point, and he was like, yeah, I hadn't quoted the one lady, but the other 2, the one I closed and the other one should be good to go. So just with my little soft touches in between, just asking how the job's been going. And so, I mean, that's the thing you got to realize, like we're sending them good quality leads. These aren't just things we just scraped up. So it's like, you can have confidence reaching out to them because you qualified them. So it's a good lead.
Dude, me and Kyle were talking about this. This is a wrap up to that. And then you can dip isn't it cool that like we're actually selling something? Like, dude, you've sent this guy, how many leads you sent this guy? 3 or 4?
Yeah, 3.
3 leads. Has he closed 1 or 2?
He's closed 1 officially and then 1 that should be. The guy was like building this barn, so he's like, it'll close later this month.
So you've literally gone and made this guy thousands of dollars, and it's like, dude, how hard can this sales call possibly be?
Oh, dude, if he doesn't close, I'll freaking.
No, he's closing, bro. I don't care. We didn't even get into those hard close strategies we used to use on the doors. You know what I'm saying? Kidding, bro. Okay, Kyle, kill you a buck. I'm gonna keep answering questions. Answering questions. Everybody, give Kyle a little golf clap in the chat. I'm going to stay on for a few more minutes since we're rolling, and I think we got some really good questions. But yeah, Kyle, thanks for being on, bro. By the way, if anybody applies to Digital Landlords, Kyle is one of the people that's going to be going through the application. And I swear to you, you do some half, application, I'm going to come for you. Okay. We're just going to discard it, but he'll be going through it with the rest of us. And he will be the one, most likely him or Dave, that's going to be doing the call. My only advice is like, dude, really soak up your time with Kyle. Watch what he does. Watch what he says. Watch how he talks to you. Watch how he closes, because he's been doing this. And so he's a really, really good resource. So it's your boy, Kyle, Cowboy Kyle, the 6'9" unit, AKA he's also got an African name, Bobi Wata, which in translation means breast milk. Another story for another day. Fuck, dude. By the way, are you shooting this, or are you just going to wrestle it down?
I'll probably just wrestle it down. Use a pocket knife.
Pocket knife, dude, right to the throat. Okay. Yeah. Probably old Zuck's probably just caught that. Okay, see, bro, appreciate you. For everybody else that's on, let's go through a couple more. Jennifer says, if anyone's interested in role playing, DM me. I need some practice. I love it. Jennifer's ready to freaking role play. She's ready to get the cobwebs out without losing money. Good for you, Jennifer. I love it. Justin says, maybe a dumb question, but is Digital Landlords and FFM? Yeah, it's the same program. It was called Flat Fee Mastery when we launched it, and we rebranded and we professionalized it and the whole deal a couple months ago. And it's no longer Flat Fee Mastery. It is Digital Landlords. And the link is an Easter egg you got to find. There's a few places you can find it, but that's up to you to find. But anyway, hope that answers your question. Okay, Soph says, you may have covered in the training, but I forgot, if someone picks up and they're not the business owner, how do we get through the business to the business owner? So quick answer is act like you know the business owner. Okay. Interpret as you will. Act as if you went golfing yesterday, in your tone, in the way that you say it. But that also means you need to know their name. So make sure you know the business owner's name and make sure you act like y'all just went golfing yesterday. Okay. Daniel, great answer about the Google ads, because that's a question that's been in the back of my mind. Yep. And it's a great question. It's the same question I had, but you'd be surprised. 9 out of 10 people that are running Google ads are not getting leads, or they're getting 1 lead. Like, guys, I'm not even going to go into it, but yeah, that's the answer. Okay, just a thought. When no Google ads, pick up the phone and call everyone there on Google. Some of the big boys understand lead gen. Yeah, and that's what's so interesting. That's a great point. Is like, that's our first place to look, right? Google Ads, Home Advisor, Angie's List. That's because they're already sold. But just because there aren't any people, if you have a website you want to do, or that you have that leads are coming in on, I have a ton of clients. My tree service client that I've had for 3 years in my hometown, they've never paid for leads, and they've been paying for my leads for 3 years. Okay. It's the reason that we go after them first is because it's the easiest sale. It's the lowest barrier to entry. Okay. Great point though. Uzair says, dude, Kyle's not on anymore. How awesome is Kyle? Cowboy freaking Kyle, dude. What a dude. He's 6'9". He's an absolute unit. The guy is a freaking gentleman and a scholar. I've taken him to Africa. People loved him there. He's just a good dude. And yeah, it's been cool to watch Kyle go from a painter in 2014 to an absolute sales savage. He's good, man. He's really, really good. So really take your time and enjoy the call with him if you end up doing that. Okay. Daniel says link for digital landlords. So fix it, Daniel. It's probably like you don't have to look hard. It's in the thing. If Casey, by the way, Casey Patton, that's Kyle's brother. Casey, thanks for being on. I'm sure you're enjoying this newer version of me, which is not cursing so much to the kids. You don't have to go hide the kids, hide the wife, hide your lives. But yeah, thanks, Kyle Patton. So yeah, Fix It Felix or Ashley maybe can shoot it to you, but it's not hard to find. Okay. I typically don't do that because like my whole theory behind this is like, if you can't find the link, and I know this isn't like you're just trying to get it, but typically I don't share the link that much because it's like, hey, if people don't want to find the link or can't find the link, then they're probably not a good fit, because I do hold people accountable. I will require you to do what you say you're going to do. I can help you make money. I can help you make a lot of money, but I'm also going to push you. I'm going to make you uncomfortable. I'm going to say things that aren't going to like sit well with you sometimes, because it's what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Okay. Because for me to grow, I need you to grow. I need you to be making money. And we're not doing this. I'll make a couple bucks. I'm going to pay a car payment. I'm looking for people that want to go to 10K. And I should probably say that if you're not looking to go to at least 10K minimum with this business model, then we're not a good fit. Okay. I need people that want to think bigger. I want people that want to go to 20, 30, 40, 50, 100K. I want people that are like, hey, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this for real. I'm not interested if you want to make $500 a month. Okay. Not interested. And I can refer you to some programs with that you want to play Mickey Mouse. I'm looking for people that want to do this for real. Okay. That doesn't mean you have to do it full time at the get-go, because I know there's the 9 to 5, but I need you to have vision. Okay. So, yeah, hopefully that answers it, Daniel. Cool. We got a link up there. Jennifer, do a little role plan. Thanks for the great content. Can you explain the live transfer? Do you call the customer back? Yes, you got it. I call the customer back or I answer it live. What are some of your favorite qualifying questions? Let me see what else we got. I think we're going to have to wrap this up. Let me see if I can get one more. Yeah, Trey Brown, 6'9", sheesh. The Jazz need him. They need to replace him with freaking what's our boy, our left-handed guy that can shoot well, but he's just a gomer. What is his name from the Jazz? You know who I'm talking about, Trey. He's the guy that like shoots the threes, but he's an absolute freaking gome. I can't remember his name. He's Australian, but yeah, that's Kyle needs to go and take him out of his place. Okay. No, and you're totally good, Daniel. I was just letting you know. That's why we typically don't share it a lot. And Chris says the unit, Cowboy Kyle. So, guys, I'm going to end it here. I appreciate all of you guys for being on. And this is the kind of stuff. This is the kind of heat, this is the kind of energy, this is the kind of stuff that you get. This is what we do, man. This is what we do. Imagine this is my whole theory, right? Because I know some people are like, man, this guy shares a lot of good content on his free stuff. What does he do? Guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. Like the thing is, I'm doing this with you guys. I'm doing sales calls. I'm closing deals. I've got a project manager. I'm growing my lead gen agency. I'm looking at new niches. I'm trying to scale. I'm trying to go to the next level. I'm in the dirt with you guys. And so I get to take that to the people in Digital Landlord. So my whole theory is like, I'm going to share nuggets with you because I want you next week at Wednesday at 4:30 to go, oh yeah, that call call with that Nick guy. It's happening. I need to get on that call, because if you think this is good, just wait till you get inside. Okay. Joe Ingles. Yep. Joe Ingles, Jordan Ursua. What's up, bro? I know you. Yeah. Joe Ingles. How did I forget? He's already gone. I don't watch the Jazz, man. The Jazz, they let me down for too many years, and I was a Jordan fan anyway. Guys, appreciate you being on. This thing will be live for probably, I don't know, 60 minutes, and then we're taking it down. I'm out.